All right, so we're back. It's been 8 days. I've been busy, kind of, I guess I could say, brushing up on some Java for something. So we're back on this. I did solve some problems before. Um, a lot of the easy binary depth first search problems. However, I kind of want to go back over some of them because there's like kind of two ways in my head. I prefer doing these questions iteratively. So yeah, I mean, let's just give them a shot. Like, again, I mean, it's no problem. I feel like the questions I did in the breadth first search tag and the depth first search tag are kind of pretty much cover all the fundamentals for these type of questions for easy. I feel like I don't need to do any more extra questions in terms of this. It's pretty much all the easy questions. There's not that many actually binary easy questions. There's a lot of medium and a handful of hard, but yeah, I mean, definitely move on to the medium after. I do want to go tackle another topic after this. After I kind of just kind of get back into the swing of things for binary search. I mean, binary trees. So just let you know, I did this question before, but I don't, of course, when I do these questions, I don't like sit down to memorize them or anything. So if I do remember it, I do remember it. If I don't, I don't. But I think I did it recursively last time. I want to do it iteratively now. So yeah, let's give it a shot. So this stand is fucked. Yeah. So we need to turn the gain down. Given the root node of a binary tree, return the sum of values of all nodes within a value of low and high. Okay, so example 10, 5, all the way to 18, low equals 7, high equals 15. Return the sum of all nodes with a value in the range. Okay, so every node we just check if it's either, are we including 7 here? It says within the range. Is this like lower or upper bounded? So let's look at this example. We have 32 is the output here. So I guess the order of traversal doesn't really matter. The point is we're just adding things that are between these values, right? So we have 10 has been 7 and 5, 15. So are we including 7 here? Okay, let's say we are 7, 10, so 17. So I guess we're including 15 here. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Mike says, yeah, okay. Wait. 7, 17, 32. Right, so we're including 15. Yeah, okay. So the order of traversal here pretty much doesn't matter. The point is just to check that the node is within the range. The value, okay, we're turning 23 here. Has to be between 6 and 10. So let's say we did this a in order, pre-order, post order. Let's say we did a in order solution here. So we did 1, 3, 5, 7. So 6, 7, 13. 13 plus 10 is 23. So really, it's a situation of, yeah, we just pretty much just do that for everything. Pretty much. Okay. So, hopefully I remember how I did this iteratively. I had this template I built up. I should have wrote it down. I ordered an iPad so I can honestly organize these things I take down, because I tend to take these things down on either my whiteboard but eventually rub it out, or I take it down on my notepad. However, with the notepad, I don't fucking know where the fuck I wrote it. Most of it is just jumbled up notes or like partial notes for other questions and stuff, and it's just like something is just, I don't even know what the fuck I was writing down. So I bought an iPad which should be here to arrive tomorrow, so I can organize things better. Honestly, for the longest time, didn't even like. I always said, "What the fuck would I even need an iPad for?" But I found myself buying like notepads all the time, and it just became messy, just lying around everywhere, not knowing what's for what, and organizing. And I don't like spending so much time on organizing because it's just a waste of like my effort. I just want to write something down and have the thing handle itself. So of course, I think it was time to go digital. Again, got an Apple Pencil with it as well. Anyway, all right. So we can just, yeah, pretty much any order traversal should work here. The point is we're just checking that the value is including the low and including the high and between that. So yeah, so we can just in order iteratively traverse this. I know I can pretty. I just don't like recursively doing it. But if I think about it, so we have our stack. It's been 8 days since I've done it, and I only did it right once, so I didn't get enough practice in for this style I made. But let me try to remember the logic. So we have our stack. The idea is to build a stack of things that are seen and not seen, right? So originally we want the root on the stack because that's the whole tree, right? We want a tuple. One thing, by the way, when I was doing Java, this Java project for the last 8 days or week or whatever, tuple isn't a built-in function in or they call it methods, isn't a built-in method in Java, right? And that was like, what the fuck's going on here? How do I return more than one item? I had to download this library from 2012 that allowed me to like make tuples, and it was annoying. It couldn't even like you had to define the amount of elements in the tuple as well, because obviously in Python I can just make a tuple and it will just know its length, right? Like I can just say root, let's say false or true or something, and it just knows. It just knows, yeah. The thing I'd have to call it a pair, and you have a pair, a triplet, a quartet, a quintet, a sextet, a septet, all the way up to a decade. Interesting. Anyway, stack equals root tree. All right, so the idea here is to essentially build a stack of things that are. The reason I prefer it iteratively, by the way, is because I get to have more control. I get to see more of what it's doing rather than just having the stack frame handle it. I get to make my own custom stack. So the idea is we have a stack, right? We put the root onto it. When we put the root onto it originally, I guess we haven't seen it because we're just putting it on. So while stack, I want to say while stack or root possibly, but I'll just say while stack. Actually, just so I don't. Yeah, okay, no, I'll give it a second. Hang on. While stack. Actually, let me not even waste time here. The point of this is to learn, not to make my life harder. Let me look at the last submission I made, because I had this template for how I did these type of questions that I'd like to tackle again. Yeah, so we had stack. We appended it on. Sorry, we popped it off. If the node is not null, continue. Sorry, if the node is null, we continued. Then if not visited, then append the node, the right, the left. Yeah, makes sense. Yeah. What was this question? This was depth of an n-ary tree. What was I doing here? Just wondering, left, right, depth. No dot left, no dot right. Also, no equals max. Cool. All right. Yeah. That was while stack, wasn't it? Yeah, while stack. Yeah, okay. Because I had two iterative ways I learned to do it, but I found this to be the best way of doing it. All right, so we have our node and our visited boolean. We pop off the stack. If the node is null, and the reason for that is that when we're appending things to the stack, if it's null, there's no operation that can be done on it, right? So we just want to continue to the rest of the code. If not visited, so remember that shouldn't we have appended this first? Oh yeah, it's already there. Yeah. So so if this is not visited, root, remember right now our stack consists of, let me hit up draw IO again. Or was it auto draw? This is why I need an iPad, by the way, so I can just draw things pretty easy. So if we draw our stack, at the start we have the root. The fuck? What the heck's going on here? It's lagging. The fuck? Oh, it's wrong tool. All right. At the start we have our root, and we have the tuple of root and false, right? So what we're saying here is, if it's false, essentially, then that means we haven't visited. So that means we can start doing things with it. So we can append to the stack the node and true. This will be a tuple. I'll draw why, and I'll show you why that is happening. So we have node true, right? We can then append the left, but we haven't visited the left yet, right? And basically the order of how you append these things determines the traversal, right? So here, if you can imagine, we're appending root first. So we pop this out, right? It gets popped out. So basically the root and false gets popped out, right? So it's no longer in the stack. We see that visit is false, so then we append the node again, but this time it's true, right? So now it gets appended back in again, but it's true, right? Then we append the left and right. So the left and the right, the left and the right. You can imagine the order this gets popped out in would be right, left, and root. So this is actually a post order traversal. So really, it doesn't really matter what way we do it here. I guess probably it's best to do this in order. So we'd want the node to be in the middle. We'd want this to be here and this to be here. So to do that, we'd have the right. So we'd have, if we would have a stack like this, where it would be the either the right node left, this would come out, and then this would come out. So we should append the right first. And then append the node, and then append the left. So this is a in order traversal, right? So if it's not visited, do this. However, if it is visited, we want to do some stuff with it, right? That stuff being, let's just, for example, did you see that? I was about to type systemctl, fucking Java. You know when you just like kind of do a language, like, it's, I don't know if it's the same with like spoken language bilingual people, but when I program, and I program in one language for like a period of time, and I go back to another language, I get like shit mixed up in my head. I was thinking of printing. I was literally just type system out.println. What is it even in Python again? Print? Yeah. If we print out the, let's just say the node val, and let's just see what we get. Uh, things are repeating here for some reason. Oh yeah, I should probably just say output. I like to just test to see if I like to test to see if the like that would just give me the same thing. No, what did I do after that again? After that, I said, "Oh yes, it was an else statement." Yeah, it was. Oh yeah, of course, because this will just run regardless. Yeah, of course. Um, I like to print things out just to see if what I did made sense. So 3, which one is this? This one here? Yeah, so 3, 5, 7, 10, 15, 18. Yeah, so that's right. So really just a situation of saying we want to output, so output equals 0. This is an integer. I keep like, it's so weird. I felt like typing int output. And the thing is, you can strongly type Python if you want. It just doesn't really make sense. Part of Python is to like have things dynamically typed. Not really, but I mean, you would technically. I mean, if you look at it, for example, they strongly type the like the template of the parameters in the output over here. Like this will work regardless. Like you don't need to say entire or whatever, right? Which I'm actually interested why they do that. But I guess to have it clear to the people that like you're trying to get that output. But anyway, else if no.val is, well, actually we need to define what. Oh yeah, we already have it. So if low is less than or equal to no.val, or rather if no.val is greater than or equal to no.val but less than or equal to high, then we can just say output plus equals the value. And yeah, we should just return the output. Kind of need to take a shit. I ate this burrito, and the burrito was 795 calories. Like, what the fuck? Why are you giving me a burrito that's 795 calories? It was only 3 pounds for 700 calories. That's crazy. I mean, and it wasn't the most unhealthy thing. However, it did have 100 fucking grams of carbs. Actually, how many grams of carbs per day? It says here, 300 grams carbs. Oh, shit! I thought I ate like my entire gram intake of the day. And this is another reason I really got an iPad, because I feel like taking down shit on my phone, I tend to not look at things. Like, yeah, it has all these notes apps and all this stuff, but something about the feeling of a pen or pencil, right? Just drawn, whatever. It's just something about that makes me want to like keep track of things, right? And I found like I'll take things down on my physical notepad rather than my phone. And I thought, you know what? Let me finally try out an iPad. And I think I'm turning out the right time. They got the Apple Pencil too, which is of course the new new version of it. And yeah, I think it's like it's like if you just got an iPhone now, you're gonna get the best version of it. You're getting them all, like basically everything else before that is like the beta version. You know what I mean? Yeah, it should be cool. Lately, life's been feeling kind of eerie, kind of weird. Been feeling kind of weird lately. I feel like I'm getting. I feel like you know I think lately I shifted my mind from the from just a goal, right? The goal is the motivation. Don't get it twisted, but let's say Naruto wanted to be Hokage, right? It wasn't just simply I'm trying to be Hokage. It wasn't until no, that was it at first. That was his immature idea. It was just the idea of like, oh, I'm trying to be Hokage. People will respect me because I'm Hokage. The idea was just about metaphorically, but just about someone trying to reach a goal, but not understanding what it took to reach the goal, right? And it wasn't until he met Itachi, where Itachi said, "It isn't because you're trying to become Hokage. No, it isn't because if you become Hokage that people respect you. You become Hokage because people respect you." And you know what that really means in the context outside of Naruto? It just means that it's process, right? You want to achieve something, it's process, right? You want to read 100 books a year. You don't think about reading 100 books a year. You read whatever, you just read small, you do small little goals a day. You read 5, 10 pages a day, 20, 30 pages a day, whatever it is, whatever number equates to 100 books a year or whatever the fuck, right? The point is, you want to achieve a goal, right? For example, lead coding. That's it. I don't even know why I didn't use that as the first example. Lead coding, right? You're trying to lead code. You want to get a job at Google, right? Yes, that's the goal, right? That's the reason you're doing it in the first place. But the paradoxical thing is you can't achieve it. You can't achieve a goal if you don't respect the process, right? And for the longest time you hear this, you don't really respect what these words. No one's really listening to these kind of words, right? I saw this TikTok and I just really sat down and listened to it, right? And then I started thinking more. It's not that I didn't already know this. It's just that like I live alone, right? I have a lot of time just to think of my own and stuff, and with COVID, and just a lot of time to think about just me. You know what I mean? And it's crazy. It's crazy. It's like fucking yeah. You gotta fall in love with the process. You gotta fall in love with the process. And ever since that, I've been way more chill. I've been way more chill. Um, and I'm already comfortable with taking L's in life. I'm comfortable with failure. I'm comfortable with that. Everything now. A big event happened in my life last year, where it's allowed me to forever be comfortable with failing, and that's how you get better at things. And yeah, it's crazy. It's crazy. Yeah, but I just think lately I've been falling in love with the process. And that includes just cutting out a lot of bullshit information that like kind of my mind soaks up on the internet. I just kind of got off Instagram, got off Twitter, and all that bullshit. And the argument of like these sites are oh, you can stay connected on this. Fuck off, honestly, just fuck off. You know, the amount of bullshit now on social media outweighs the good thing. It's just, if it's not fucking big corporation media just trying to like shove some bullshit fucking doomsday narrative down your fucking ass, up your fucking ass, and you can't ignore, like, how do I explain it, right? You keep hearing something, it builds up in your subconscious, and that's a problem, right? That's a problem. That's what was happening. I just didn't want it to happen anymore. The fuck do I give a shit about what X and Y are doing, X and Y over here, right? What the fuck do I care about that shit? You know what I mean? And I'm not saying don't care about the state of the world, right? Living your own bubble is not a good idea. In fact, it builds confirmation bias where you're only listening to your own ideas. But what good ideas am I listening from from fucking 69XX Fortnite player on fucking Instagram? What the fuck am I listening from? What am I gaining from that? It's just everyone's a fucking idiot, generally. You get these good nuggets of information on social media. You really do, and you see things that you just wouldn't see otherwise. But lately, it's just so much bullshit, man. It's just so much bullshit, honestly. whatever. You know what I mean? Whatever. Um, whatever. 6% faster. I don't even care. Yeah, I mean, yeah, we got the solution. I'm pretty proud with this, you know, because I remember the first time I tackled binary tree problems. I couldn't answer these things. This would you take me 40 minutes just to think of something and not even get it and have to look at the solution. So I'm happy with that. I'm happy with that. Let me. By the way, the Razer Lancehead Tournament Edition mouse, wireless or wired, really good mouse. I think I might order the wireless one. I need to honestly fix the wires on this desk. It is so messy. Like, it is messy. Like, fucking screwdrivers lying around, random pens, a million memory cards. Holy shit. I mean, SD cards. Need to sort this out. And I even need to, like, this fucking notepad as well. Like, there's just so much shit in the way. Fuck, I know. All right, let's do a more breadth first searchy question. Oh, and by the way, when you're doing lead code questions, it's not about the the how many questions you do. It's about what you're learning from the questions that you are doing, right? Which is why I don't go crazy to do 5 questions a day. I will not even remember the principles I'm learning in those questions. It's best to do 1 or 2 a day. I saw this motherfucker, Nick. His name is Nick White. Nick White on YouTube. Motherfucker said he did 5 questions a day on legal. How the fuck you learning anything like that? And I get it. He's already been through his lead code journey. Yeah, so I guess 5 for him makes sense. But at the same time, recommending other people to do 5. What the fuck you talking about, my guy? Just do. I don't know. Even if you knew, I don't know. Whatever. I don't care. Yeah. All right. So let's see. Binary level order traversal. This looks cool. I will get rid of this. So this is binary level order traversal is very similar to how I just did that iteratively, except instead of using a stack, you use a queue. So basically, we have a queue, and it's a deck. We have a deck. Am I spelling this right? Python deck. I like calling it DQ, but then it sounds like I'm taking stuff off the queue. Am I spelling this wrong? Right? Deck, yeah. How many carbs need a day? Deck. Do I need to call collections? No, just deck should be okay. All right, so yeah, so we want to put on it the root as usual. Something about this looks wrong. I don't know why. I don't know. Whatever. While Q. So what is this? Given a binary tree, return the bottom. So this is basically just breadth first search in the thing, right? So yeah, cool. While Q node equals Q dot pop left. So now, if you can imagine, we have our Q. We have the root. We just took the root out. This is now the node that I'm calling it. So this is now empty. This is now empty. So we have our node here. So then basically it's We have our root. If node dot left, q dot. Damn, this wire's in the way. Q dot append node dot left. If node dot right, q dot append node dot right. So now we have, you know, we have 9 and 20 inside of it. So we have 3, 9, and 20. So we have, well, I took out the root. So we have 9 and 20. This over here is 3. So we have 9 and 20. And if node dot right, if node dot left, q dot append node dot left, q dot append node dot right. Yeah, so we can pretty much do stuff with the value now, right? So I like to just print things first just to make sure things are what I think they are. Of course, this is a node traversal, so current level equals output. A lot of people do complain about somebody call me. No. It's a missed call. It's a FaceTime call. Yeah, fuck it. I'll call him back later. A lot of people complain about LeetCode questions, but to be honest, I don't know about the really, really puzzling ones being asked as questions. Maybe for Google on them, but I'm talking like easy LeetCode. It does kind of weed out if you can program or not in a way. I feel like if you could do a LeetCode question, pretty confident you could probably program, right? But at the same time, there's people who can software engineer and don't know how to LeetCode. So I don't know what's the correlation like. But then again, it's like depends what they're doing. I mean, there's software engineering where you're just building stuff, you know what I mean? But then there's software engineering where you're like, actually no, there's software development, right? Where you're just building stuff, right? You know how to put things together, cool. But then there's software engineering where you're kind of more designing things. I'm a site reliability engineer or a DevOps engineer if you want to put it in the more buzzy word way. And the engineer in the title is important because it means that you're kind of designing stuff in a way, designing the system rather than just developing things. It's like, but then isn't that the same thing? I don't know. But I know there's a distinction between it because it's why these big fan companies use engineering instead of development in the title. Except Amazon, which calls their engineers software development engineers. Just get the whole thing in there. I don't know. Titles are titles. I think they're the same shit to be honest. But I mean, ARM, the CPU company, they clearly distinguish between software developers and software engineers. Like development is like you're doing the development stuff. So like you're building pipelines, you're building the code, you're still programming, obviously building stuff, but just you're doing more infrastructural stuff. No, you're doing less. I guess you do more infrastructure. Yeah, you do more infrastructure. I don't know. Or it's like engineering, you do more like I guess the algorithmy stuff. I don't fucking know. Anyway, we have our thing. We have our current level, which is what's inside of here. So we want to append what we just popped out. So current level dot append. Well, actually, no, because if we appended, we want to go through the whole thing, don't we? Yeah, we want to for loop through the whole thing, don't we? We appended this and we appended. We have our node popped out right now. We append the left and we append the right, right? Yeah, but each time we're appending, so that should be okay, no? No, because then we couldn't build our current level if we didn't for loop through the array, couldn't we? So we have our thing 920, right? 9 and 20 is inside of it. Just out of my curiosity, let me go ahead and output that append. Nah, because that wouldn't make any sense. We're not building the current level. We'll just be in one big array. So there has to be a for loop in here somewhere. It has to be like for something, and something has to happen here. Like for I'm just gonna say pizza. For pizza in Q. For pizza in Q. If no dot left, Q dot append. Oh yes. If for pizza in Q. For pizza in Q. I guess this could still be root. And then this could be node. And then we see node on the left and on the right. And then we see current level. Current level dot append the node dot val. I just want to see what happens when I say and then output dot append current level. I just want to quickly check out something. Something feels off with that solution. Yeah, something about it feels a bit off. For node in Q, that doesn't sound right. For node in Q. If node dot left. Let me not waste my time. Let me just check out what I did before. Oh shit, of course, for the fucking range. Oh my days. Why am I moving like a rookie? Why am I moving like a rookie? Why am I moving like a rookie? Of course, of course, of course. Of course, of course, of course. Of course. Yeah. For I in range. And you're probably looking, why did I look back on it? This is like the general template for how these things are done. For range and length of Q, node equals Q dot pop left. Don't need to call it eyes. Use this for node equals Q dot pop left. Yeah, because we have a current level. We pop it out. We added stuff in. We keep for looping. So like if you can imagine, we have 3 at the beginning, right? Our root is only length of this length, right? So we have node equals Q dot pop left. So we take out 3. Now there's nothing in this for loop anymore to go through, right? But however, we append this and this to it. So now the length is 2. So now we get back up here and we go again. Then we go twice, right? And then we go twice again. Yeah, so this should be the answer. Just kind of gotta be slipped up there. Gotta be slipped up there. This just one's in reverse, right? None type. What happened here? If node left. What happened here? That makes no fucking sense. Wait, what? Object has... Oh. What is it when we return here? Just this. What the fuck is it when we return if it's null? Oh, whoops. Yeah, cool solution. Cool solution. Yeah, so I think that's pretty much the template for binary depth first search. Might do some of the medium questions now, or I might move on to a different topic. I think I'm confident enough with binary search. I'm gonna do two more of these questions later today, and then I'm gonna move on to a different topic, maybe linked lists, maybe tackle recursion properly this time. It all depends. Or I might do medium binary questions, or maybe not, or maybe I don't know. Um, I think actually I'll do some sorting algorithm questions. Just get some sorting stuff in. Yeah. Or maybe binary search questions. Yeah. I don't know. I'll decide. I don't like to do too many questions in a row. I like to keep the information I gain, in chunks. That's how I learn the best. Or at least, probably that's how most people learn best, but they don't realize they want to rush the process. So, okay. Cool video then. Appreciate it. I'm happy. I'm happy. I saw these things pretty fast. So, yeah. Cool. Talk to you later.